Good evening, and welcome to another scene from London Ascending, Vampire Venue. Tonight, Mr. Peck has asked to meet with the Queen and will arrive at the Ritz Hotel on Park Lane. And when he gets there, he will be escorted up to the penthouse suite, where a ghoul will knock twice on the door and then open it and usher him inside. And
Speck will go slowly inside, because he distrusts it, because he wants to show a certain etiquette.
the Queen is sitting comfortably in an armchair with another one facing it, opposite on the across from the coffee table. And the only other person present in the room is a huge guy dressed all in black, black shirt, black suit. He's absolutely massive, like 6'7", about 4 foot wide, and he just stands silently behind her chair with his arms behind his back. He doesn't even look at Mr. Peck. He's just standing there, kind of like a statue. And as soon as the Queen sees Mr. Peck, she will smile and gesture to the seat in front of her. Please sit. Make yourself comfortable.
Mr. Speck would obviously make a move towards that seat, and before he takes a seat, he would take a knee before his queen and kiss a ring as a gesture of what you could consider as etiquette towards royalty.
She will smile and then put one hand on his shoulder. Please, my friend, rise.
He would rise and then gently take at least one step backwards, because after all, he is in the lower steps.
So, you wish to speak with me?
Yes, I very much would. Um, Obviously, my queen is well informed and knows that my my private has recently left the city and therefore has left a vacant space to give leadership to our clan. I have decided to step up and claim that seat of primaryship, but only with your blessing.
She would smile at him. Oh, and of course, you have it. I would very much approve of you having the position. You would be
Your,
a
your blessing means more to me than anything else in this world at the moment.
you would make a much better Primogen of our clan than the former one.
Yes, obviously, because you're still a member of us, I would like to inform you that I very much like to intend to change the rules according to Callisto when it comes to arts. I am very open to accept any art, including the art of Lord Shirley Farage, which is the art of mechanical know-how and the art of gunmanship.
Yes, he is certainly quite the marksman.
Exactly. I've heard that he gave you a private presentation of his marksmanship, as he did during his presentation with with our beloved former prince.
He did. I was most
And
impressed.
and nobody can say otherwise. This man is genius when it comes to his rifles, and I believe his genius and his love for these weapons has earned him a rightful place among the Camarilla artists in London.
Very much so. I would I would definitely agree with you.
I want to include swordsmanship as well. I believe Camilla is definitely for those kind of arts, the arts of swordsmanship.
Hmm. Yes, she is certainly extremely skilled with a sword.
What?
Not so much at choosing her words carefully, but that is
Oh,
another matter.
oh boy, what has she done, my queen?
Well, she starts by insulting me, implying that that child of hers is more beautiful than I,
Oh,
and then she dared to question my decisions, suggesting that I run my court as an anarch might.
what? Okay, now, Mr. Peck, you can see he was very nice about Camilla. The moment you mention anarchs in the same sentence as our court, he is offended.
She would see his reaction and nod. Yes, if it had not been for the history that she and I share, then she may not have left this room.
Well, we can all agree that Miss Camilla might not be the greatest leader we will have or the greatest socialite, but during wartime, I indeed do remember that she earned her fame for a reason.
She did, and that is why I merely warned her.
Well, my queen must do what my queen must do. I understand that you feel very upset through these words, especially coming from someone so close to you.
Yes, it was unfortunate. I hope that she will make an effort to make amends in the coming nights. But she has stepped down from the race for Seneschal.
Right. So who at the moment do we have in this race? I believe we have Laura Soho, Mondishi, and one of the Salazar sisters. Is that correct?
She would kind of tilt her head to the side and smile. And she doesn't exactly nod or shake her head. She just doesn't correct him.
And if I may say so, my personal favorite is Garnet.
She would smile at the mention of Garnet's name. Yes, he has certainly made quite the impression.
Well, that's exactly why I like him. Can I be truly honest, my queen?
Please do speak freely, Mr. Peck.
As you know, my queen, I have always admired people who have the strength as well as the panache to bring something extra to our court. I assume it's my Toreador nature to like things that are a little bit more odd, but at the same very beautiful in their own way. And I must say, Mr. Garnet really hits every mark. Being from the Broken Mirror, he is odd by itself, and at the same time, having the panache to bring a horse to the Elysium means that he means well, and at the same time is not afraid to be himself. I must say, it's a breath of fresh air considering that the other, uh, well, you know, it's a fresher breath air.
Yes, I could not have said it better myself. I do feel that he could be what my city needs at the moment.
Um, may I ask, my queen, have you met Emilius Salazar?
Yes, I am familiar with both sisters.
I heard that she gave you one of the most exquisite crowns ever seen by men.
Yes, that is true. Would you like to look upon it yourself?
I am afraid that if I do, I might find myself staring at it for quite some time, and I do have other appointments. However, when we are in a more relaxed situation, where time is not of importance, I would very much love to.
Of course.
The reason I bring this up is I had a little bit of trouble acquiring her um, her clan. She wanted me to guess for it a little bit, and then she said Gangrel. Since Gangrel don't have any Primogen, I asked her. I tried to I told her that I would send the Gangrel Primogen my best regards in her name. And she was like, oh, fine. And then I didn't remind her that we don't have a Gangrel Primogen. Something a newly Gangrel to the city would definitely have to know.
Hmm. You are astute and perceptive as always, Mr. Peck. So if she is not of Clan Gangrel,
Then why does she
exactly,
claim to be so?
that is a very good question. What would you suspect her to be in reality?
Well, she told everyone she had a knack for animalism, which either means that she is in touch with the clan of the Nosferatu, or something quite different, since she is not Gangrel, nor do I presume Nosferatu. It must
She
be a clan of outside the Camarilla Brutus.
she would smile and incline her head in agreement. I'm sure that if you think hard, you would be able to work out this little puzzle.
I will indeed. I will indeed. I will look for it with your queen's permission in my own subtle ways.
Of
When
course,
I
darling.
find when I find the answer, of course I will report to my queen. Unless my queen is already aware and is simply testing my abilities.
The Queen chuckles slightly and says, come now, Mr. Peck, darling. I think you already know that I would not allow anyone within my city if I did not know everything I need to know about them.
You have not lost your tricks at all, my queen. Thank you for this lesson. And he smiles and says, oh, before I forget, I do find this new girl, this new venture, this Nora, very interesting. She seems to be very timid, but at the same time very observant when it comes to social etiquette, even more than myself. Well, of course, I am less social for sometimes obvious reasons of just seeing what happens. She's very, very astute, a very good choice for a hobby.
Delilah spoke very highly of the girl.
I can imagine Delilah has a good eye for these things.
Hmm. From what I hear, she will make a fine harpy.
If my opinion means anything, I agree.
You know that I value your opinion very highly, Mr. Peck.
I know my queen, but not everything is my specialization. Sometimes I just have to guess, like a commoner.
Well, speaking of your specialization, I have had a stressful few nights. I was hoping that you may be able to assist me in a little stress relief, perhaps.
Anything you wish. I could have any sort of car driven before, and you could go wherever you like.
Well, I was hoping that one of our more private gatherings could be on the cards.
It just arrived on the card. Let me clear my agenda. The car driven before. As Mr. Peck simply nods, as feels like he's been given an assignment, and he will then bow for you very deeply and say, "My queen, since we have other plans, I will arrange for us to meet at the location of your choice with the goods that I specialize in."
Well, surprise me, Peck darling.
Ooh, yes, I've just found something recently that will indeed hopefully rock your boat. As Mr. Peck rises up and Hannah has nodded, her hand has bowed, simply take 3 steps backwards and then turn and make a very quick, hasty walk towards the door as he has something of a gathering plan.
And when he leaves the room, the ghoul that escorted him there will escort him back to his vehicle.
Mr. Peck gets to his vehicle. Um, it is empty, but as soon as he arrives, someone will come running from across the street, um, carrying something very important, package, something special in it. Mr. Peck opens it, but receives the package. He takes a seat behind the wheel. He steps into the car and opens the package. It reveals something very special, Mr. Peck and the Queen. And soon they will both revel in his contents. And with that, I'd like to end this. Thank you
All
for
right.
watching. Thank you for esteem.